Good morning, Brody with Groovy Cycleworks here. Today we're going to take you through a short tutorial on how to replace a steerer tube and a classic old steel fork. I have a customer who has a old Yo Eddy with a big 1-inch fork. Unfortunately, while making some modifications to the bike, his local bike shop tried to add some threads to the steerer tube. An old tool and some improper technique quickly rendered this fork unusable. The customer would really like to keep his vintage speed together and understands that some serious modifications need to be made. What I'm going to walk you through today is a method that I found to be highly successful in removing the damaged portion of a steerer and grafting a new piece in place. Stay with me and we'll go through the steps on how to do this, making a fork that's just as strong as the original and keeping that customer's steed happy and ready to go, have more fun on the trail.
Last night these two bouncers and one of them's alright, the other one's a scary, and his way or no way, totalitarian. He's got no time for you, looking or breathing how he doesn't want you to. So step out the queue, he makes examples of you, and there's no you can say. Behind they go through to the bit where you play, and you realise then that it's finally the time to walk back past 10,000 eyes in the line, and you can swap jumpers and make another move. Instill in your brain you've got something to prove to all the smirking faces and the boys in black. Why can't he be pleasant? Why can't he have a laugh? He's got his hand in your chest, he wants to give you a duff. Well, secretly I think they want it all to kick off. They want horse flying everywhere and bottles as well. It's just something to talk about, a story to tell you. Well, so glad to tell us all the way, we'll put it down to fate. I'll say 1,000 million things that I could never say this morning. Got too deep, but how deep is too deep? Town's a different town today. So this town's a different town to what it was last night. You couldn't have done that on a Sunday. And that girl's a different girl today. So that girl's a different girl to where you kissed last night. You couldn't have done that on a Sunday. Of course not. Well, I'm so glad they turned us all away. We'll put it down to fate. I thought 1,000 million things that I could never think this morning. Got too deep, but how deep is too deep? Last night what we talked about, it made so much sense, but now the haze has ascended, it don't make no sense anymore. Well, last night what we talked about, it made so much sense.
So there you go, folks. Creating a new steerer tube out of a bad problem. Just another way to keep an old fork on that vintage steel ride rolling down the trail. Key points for you to remember. Always ensure that you're inserting into the longest, thickest portion of the existing steerer tube using a tapering insert that goes as far down towards the bottom of the crown as possible. The butted section that goes up the new steerer tube has to have full coverage and surface area as well. However, you need to stop it just short of the depth that the quill stem will be inserted on this threaded model. So there's a lot of little intricate details to keep in mind when grafting a steerer tube back together like this. But if you do it right, it's going to make the customer happy, it's going to last a long time, and it's going to keep that old vintage bike back on the trail where it belongs. Hope to see you next time. Thanks.